This is the ON 43-inch Roku TV. Picked it up at Walmart today. It was about $140 something. So today we're going to be unboxing this. And this is the ON tilt-in TV wall mount. So we're going to be installing this on my TV up here. This is a little workout area that we use. So you have the TV up there for some workout programs as the primary use. So let's get the unboxing done and then onto the wall mounting. So this is actually the first TV in my house that is not a Samsung. I've been pretty loyal to the Samsung brand. I like the quality of their TVs for the most part when they work. Actually, there has been a couple of quality issues recently. So I've been tempted by this. The price point was really what sold it for me. It's going to be down here in the basement. It's only going to be used to work out in the mornings. It's not going to get a great deal of use. So looking at that price point, I was like, man, I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a TV. So that's what's brought me into the entry-level models on the market. $148 for a 43-inch TV. Pretty good. The other thing that I really like is I'm pleasantly surprised. It says 3 HDMI ports on the TV. So that's going to be really helpful. A lot of the times when you go for a low-cost TV, it comes down with, it reduces those inputs that are available to you. I've seen them with 1 or maybe 2. But generally to have a 3, you have to go for a higher cost model. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have got, here's our remote. Anyone who has a Roku is pretty familiar with this. And probably my setup instructions in there as well. Here are my 2 stands. So I'll show you those in a little bit as well, but I'm actually not going to be using them because, as I mentioned, I'm going to mount it on the wall up there. Okay. Okay, so I have the TV face side down, so let's pull this out. All that's left in there is packaging. So put this styrofoam back in. I did just wonder where the power cable was because normally it's in that package with the remote and the instructions. For this TV, it is not. So there it is. There's our TV. So our power cord is on the back. It actually doesn't. There's no disconnect. There is no ability to disconnect it from the TV, so it's wired hard into the TV itself. So this is the back of the TV. As I say, it's the power cord is hardwired in there. It's not really a problem, but no opportunity to switch it out for a longer cable if you needed to. Here's my video and audio outputs there for anyone that still uses them. Headphone jack, probably a 35mm headphone jack. So 3 HDMI, including 1 which is the ARC or ARC, depending on how you want to call it. My antenna or cable input, optical, and 1 USB port. As I mentioned, like for a low-cost TV to have 3 HDMI inputs is pretty good. So then you can get your smart TV box if you're not going to need a Roku because it's already on there, but maybe an Apple TV box. A game console and your cable box perhaps, or DirecTV or something like that, or your satellite box. So there we go. So I'm opening this bag for the first time. So as I mentioned, here's our Roku remote, which controls the TV. Here are 2 batteries for that to get started with. There's our quick start guide. Honestly, setting up a TV is the simplest thing in the world. So here's our product registration. So this does come with a 2-year warranty, right? If you register the product. So I don't generally register products, but I will this time just for that 2-year warranty. What else do we have here? Product information guide and again, limited warranty information. Okay, so one more thing. Comes with screws. Now, it's quite unusual. Why would a TV come with screws? And here's why. So here's our stand. Like on a Samsung, these guys just clip in and then they're in, and they're not the easiest to get out. On this TV, there's no clip in on the plastic. That's why there's got 4 screws in here, 2 for each side, so 2 go in there, and I'd screw them in through those 2 holes there at the bottom, and exactly the same on the other side. These 2 stands are completely identical. They're the same product number that's on them, same part number. So it doesn't matter which way you go, but you just want your feet facing outwards. This is bad, this is good. So, but I'm not gonna fit mine on my TV because I want to mount it on my wall. This particular wall mount is suitable for TVs up to a size of 50-inch here. There we go, right there. And it comes with my hardware that I need, obviously the wall mount, but you need your own tools, right? Tape measure, screwdriver, level stuff to get it positioned correctly on the wall, like where I'm going to. So, but let's open this and have a look and see what it looks like inside. So there's my guide, my quick start wall mount. Here is my installation manual. So I'll just take a quick look through that. In fact, I'll do it now for you so you can see what kind of instructions this comes with. Again, installation tools you need on your own. You need to be able to find the studs on your wall. And there we go. So feel free to pause and take a look at this. This is what's coming on. So I'm expecting all this hardware to be available in the box. We'll find out in just a second. And these are actually pretty detailed instructions for such a low cost wall mount. But these things are pretty sturdy. As long as you get them in the studs, you could hang on fit yourself probably. Maybe not. Okay, so there's one bracket. These go on the back of the TV. Okay, and then here is, I'll just pull that out of there. So in there is some of my hardware. Excellent. Some pretty heavy duty screws. And another box of hardware, I think, here. Wow, they did not skimp on the screws and the hardware for you. So that's a lot of hardware which is going to come in. So we'll see what it's all used for. And this is the bracket. If I can get it out. This goes on, this is what's going to go on the wall. Okay. I did see this and I thought this was really cool. I've never seen it on a wall mount before. It has its own built-in level to help you make sure you're getting that level on the wall. Pretty cool. And a hanging template as well. So looking a little deeper at these instructions, it quite clearly says here, you will have screws, spacers and washers left over, which is absolutely true. So some of these spacers are for if your TV has a curved back like this, but you don't necessarily need it on a flat back. And this is flat, so I'm not going to need that. So my bracket is going to go directly on there with no spacer, and we'll install that now. So these are the 2 brackets which will go on the back of the TV. You can see that they are actually not the same. So one has this screw on one side, one has it on the other. And when you put these on the TV, you're going to want to make sure this is on the outside. So you don't want it like this. This is bad. This is good. And the reason is, after you've mounted it, this is how you're going to adjust. You're going to loosen that. And this swivel, this is attached to the wall, so it'll be the TV that swivels. But that's how you adjust the tilt that you want on the TV. So let me do it like this, and then you can see how it tilts, right? That's going to be the TV. Sorry, that's going to be the wall, but essentially this larger piece will tilt. So this is where I'm going to mount the brackets on the back. So I'm lined up there on a hole, and then this lower one will be in one of these straight areas, and that's where I want the bracket. So it goes quite high in the TV, but no chance of seeing it over the top. I'm happy with how low it goes down here. I can't actually get it any lower because then I start to lose the hole, and these holes don't perfectly line up. So that's where I'm going to go, right there, just short of here. And then this is our release string, where you'll see that, and you can just kind of throw that over the top after you have it mounted. Okay, and there we are. So my two brackets are on. I can literally pick the TV up with these now. So I'm happy with that. Did perfect fit the screws that came in here. So I just needed a washer and screws, so I have loads of excess stuff. But some of it will be used for the next step, step 2, which is putting this plate onto the wall. I do want it pretty similar height to this, as close as I can get, so there's some sort of symmetry to the room. And obviously I'm going to go in the middle of this wood paneling section here, which actually falls right in this groove. And that is my height. I've put a mark on the wall of where the bottom of the bracket is going to go. And I got that from measuring the bracket off from the ground behind that. So somewhere around here is going to be where this is going to fit. So I have my my wall bracket. I have it level. I have it at the height that I want it to be at, and I'm going to put my screws in as wide apart as possible. I got that join there in the in my wood paneling, so I'm marked for the right side. But I'd rather personally go for the as wide as possible. So now I can take that down. I can see those four marks, sorry. So I'm going to drill my pilot holes in them and get this bracket mounted. I'm a little worried that I've hit something behind here, and I may not be able to get that in the screw in as deep as I need to go. I don't think I'm going to be able to. My other 3 are good, so this one I may just bring in a touch, but I'm going to put the bracket on with the 3 screws and then drill the pilot hole afterwards. So these take a little while to screw in. They're pretty chunky though. There we go, it's nice and tight. So I've got 2 on, so I'm going to show you what's happening so far. So I have my 2 top screws on. Somewhere over here, yeah, there we go. Beautifully level. Have my pilot hole here. And as I say, this one I think I'm not going to be able to use because there's something behind there and I can't get it deep enough. But this one I'll use, and then I'll bring this bottom one in, maybe into this hole on that side. Okay, there we are. I have 4 screws in here. So 2 at this end, slightly offset at this end because, as I say, that hole was not deep enough for me to get the screw through. So I just brought it in a little bit. This is going absolutely nowhere. So there we are, that's on. I have the brackets on the back of the TV. This is a moment of truth. Okay, we're on. So there we have it. And because it's a little bit of a bracket, it's a smaller TV, it's the maximum size for the bracket. I do have a bit of give where I can slide it back and forth, but it's pretty simple. So I mentioned earlier about the importance of keeping these on the outside. Now I can loosen or tighten those, and adjust the tilt on the TV as required. So I have it pretty parallel to the wall at the moment. On this one over here, I have a slight tilt. I'm going to probably replicate that. So that is the unboxing, the wall mounting, and a little bit of the setup of the On Roku TV. So it's bottom of the range from the price, or I should say budget entry level on a budget TV. I'm gonna do something interesting here. So I do have it set up with my Apple TV. So let's see if I can just load that in there. It's gonna load up the Apple TV. There we go. And you're gonna see, there's my Samsung. I don't see a huge difference. This is absolutely all I'm gonna need. It's like $200 cheaper than the Samsung. It's gonna provide everything I need to work out down here in the morning on our workout apps. So yeah, look, honestly, I hope you enjoyed the video. I recommend buying it. I'll put a link in the description of where you can buy it online. Feel free to like the video, subscribe, and I'll show you a little more of the products that we set up in our house. And we're fixing up our house as well. It's an old country house, and you'll see the videos as we progress through redecorating and upgrading this 1955 country house. Thanks for watching.